Do you ever feel like there's never enough money, no matter how much you earn? That constant, nagging stress about finances might not just be about your income or your expenses. It could be something deeper, something called a scarcity mindset. And this mindset can quietly trap people in a vicious cycle of financial stress and poor decisions, keeping them from ever feeling truly secure. So, what exactly is a scarcity mindset? At its core, it's the belief that there's never enough. Not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough resources to go around. It's the feeling that life is a zero-sum game, and you're always on the losing end. When your brain operates in this scarcity mode, a fascinating but dangerous thing happens. It shifts its focus from long-term planning to short-term survival. Your mental bandwidth gets hijacked by the immediate problem of not enough. You're not thinking about your retirement in 20 years. You're just trying to figure out how to get through the week. This isn't a character flaw. It's a biological response. Our brains are wired to react to perceived threats, and a constant feeling of lack is a significant threat. This constant focus on what's missing prevents you from seeing the opportunities that might be right in front of you. It's like you're trying to navigate a forest, but you're so focused on the one tree you might run into that you miss the clear path to your right. So how does this scarcity mindset actually affect your financial decisions in the real world? When you feel that pressure of financial scarcity, your brain goes into stress mode, flooding your system with cortisol. This stress has a direct impact on your cognitive functions, especially those related to decision-making and impulse control. It can lead to behaviors that seem counterintuitive, but make perfect sense from a survival perspective. For example, impulse spending. You've had a tough week, you feel stressed about bills, and you see something you want. Your brain craves a quick dopamine hit, a moment of relief from the pressure. So, you buy it, even if you can't afford it. It's not about being irresponsible. It's about your brain seeking immediate relief from the chronic stress of scarcity. Another common reaction is avoiding financial planning altogether. Thinking about budgets, investments, or debt can feel so overwhelming that it's easier to just ignore it. Your brain tells you, we can't deal with this right now, it's too much, so you put it off, letting problems fester and grow. Taking on unnecessary debt, like high-interest credit cards or payday loans, is another symptom. When you're in scarcity mode, the long-term consequences of that debt seem distant and abstract compared to the immediate need for cash. Your brain becomes laser-focused on solving the immediate problem, not on building future stability. It prioritizes today's relief over tomorrow's security every single time. This is how the scarcity mindset sabotages your financial future without you even realizing it. This leads us to what I call the stress loop. The scarcity mindset creates a dangerous, self-perpetuating cycle that is incredibly hard to break. It starts with the feeling of scarcity, the stress about money. That stress, as we've discussed, impairs your judgment and leads to poor financial decisions, like that impulse purchase or that new credit card debt. These decisions then create more financial problems. Your debt grows, your savings shrink, and your financial situation gets worse. And what happens when your financial situation gets worse? Your stress increases. Your feeling of scarcity becomes more intense. And this, in turn, leads to even more poor decisions. It's a downward spiral. You feel stressed. You make a bad choice. That choice makes you more stressed, which leads to another bad choice. You're stuck on a hamster wheel, running faster and faster, but getting nowhere. Breaking this loop is crucial for achieving any kind of financial peace. So, how do you break free? The first and most important step is awareness. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. You have to recognize that the scarcity mindset is a real phenomenon and that it might be influencing your behavior. Once you can identify that voice in your head that says there's never enough, you can start to question it. You can start to see how that feeling of scarcity pushes you toward certain decisions. Ask yourself, am I making this choice out of fear and short-term panic, or is this aligned with my long-term goals? This simple act of pausing and reflecting can be incredibly powerful. It creates a space between the feeling of scarcity and your action. Once you have that awareness, you can begin to intentionally shift your perspective from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, or at the very least, sufficiency. This doesn't mean pretending you're a millionaire when you're not. It means focusing on what you do have, practicing gratitude for your current resources, and celebrating small financial wins. It means shifting your focus from short-term fear to long-term stability. Instead of thinking, I can't afford anything, you might think, how can I make a plan to afford the things that are important to me? Instead of avoiding your finances, you can take one small step, like tracking your spending for a single week or setting up a tiny automatic transfer to a savings account. So if you constantly feel like there's never enough money, remember, it might not just be your bank account. It might be your mindset. And changing that mindset, becoming aware of its influence, is the first and most powerful step you can take toward reducing your financial stress and building a more secure future. I hope this helped. Like and subscribe for more insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.